Ladies, it's your time to shine with all things fabulous with First for Women on Afternoon Express. For insurance with a host of fabulous benefits, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.
Good afternoon, South Africa, and welcome to Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D. Now, today we are honouring South African style in our loft. And starting off with that, we have an incredible young and upcoming jewellery designer, Thandie Dowery, in the loft. And also, fashion director Alexis Chaffe Mey takes us on a journey with 3 hot South African young designers in our Skip Show Us Your Fabulous series. But first, you've got to sting like a bee.
Boom! Flow like a butterfly. Good afternoon, South Africa. Thank you so much for choosing us. You're watching Afternoon Express. I'm Bonang. What a lovely intro. Thank you very, very much. And you cannot celebrate South African style without celebrating and having editor-at-large and style icon, Jackie Burgess. She is here. Lovely to have you. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Bonang.
I can't
It's been
wait.
a while.
I know, right? I can't wait to talk to you about fashion. You're one woman that I absolutely respect in the fashion world. So welcome to the loft, and thank you so much for your time.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. Don't forget, you can tweet us, you can chat to us at Afternoon Chat on Twitter and use our official hashtag Afternoon Express. But we're going to do things differently today right here on the loft. We're going to start with Claire in the kitchen because today we're doing something that needs a little bit more time. We're making a slow roasted pork belly. Our resident chef, our resident food stylist, always stunning. Lovely to see you. What are we making?
Good to be here again. And what I like to call today's dish is pork belly perfection.
Oh, yes.
It's one of those dishes that doesn't matter who you're serving it to, they're gonna love it.
Fantastic.
Absolutely love it.
It sounds delicious already. And the reason why we're starting with you, Claire, is because obviously this is slow roasted, so we need a little bit more time, right? Let us get going.
Well, I mean, officially it's actually gonna take a little bit longer than what we have going. So probably about 2 hours.
Wow.
So we're gonna cheat a little bit. But yes, let's get going and get it cooking so that we can at least show everyone as best as possible to what it's going to get to. So we've got that roasting pan on, nice and hot. We're going to slowly do that. While I get going on our fantastic pork belly over here,
That's delicious.
you can chop up some of the carrots. Carrots.
Lovely looking
Lovely
carrots, Claire. Some apples. All right.
Some apples.
Do you need just slices, right?
Actually, do you know what? I think you're getting way ahead of me here.
Okay, sorry. What do I do?
So, let me explain.
Okay.
What we want to do is keep them nice and chunky because we're going to slow roast it for so long. We're going to put it all together, and you want it to keep shape just a little bit.
You don't want it to crumble.
So in half or in quarters, kind of mimic those onions over there.
Okay.
And then, like I said, what we've got here is this pork belly. It comes like this at Woolworths, rolled up like this, tied up. Just cut all the ties off and just kind of flatten it out. It's just a fantastic piece of pork belly. It is already scored. You want those score lines in there because that's where the sort of fat's going to drip through that and allow the top to be nice and crisp and crunchy. So a little bit of olive oil goes onto there. The key to pork belly crackling, which is everyone's favorite, is to get it. It's the top. It's effectively the skin over here. To get it nice and where the name comes from, cracky.
All right, there it is.
So with my nice clean hands, we're just going to rub in all of this oil. And then just dig in. I wonder if you could dig into there to get some of that salt.
Of course. And what do I do? Just rub. How much do you need?
Tons.
Tons.
Tons and tons. You really want the salt is what's going to help you just get that skin nice and crumbly and well, not crumbly, crackly.
Crackly.
So
now,
that's going on there.
Before we move on, I want to know why apples and why green apples? Can you substitute them for red?
Okay, so the theory with apples, when cooking with apples, is that Granny Smith apples, what we've got going on here, cook really well. They sort of hold their flavour. They're quite strong and robust in the flavour that sort of they impart onto a dish once they've cooked down. If you use a red, that's perfect. If you use a red apple, it tends to sort of break up. The flavours are quite a lot milder and sort of disappear.
Okay.
So that's nice and hot. If you want to bring over those fabulous
apples and onions,
or what we like to call carrots in this kitchen.
Here you go.
And you literally can just dump that in there.
All right.
It's probably going to spitter and spatter.
Be careful, girl.
Those go in. Then, again, putting you to work over here,
What do we have in
bash
here?
up that garlic. So we've just got cloves of garlic, nothing special. Don't worry about peeling it, no time for that. Just bash it up so you release that flavor a little bit and just open up the clove, and you're gonna throw it in here as well.
All right.
Slowly start to cook these off. We're not looking for anything here really besides a little bit of caramelization, a little bit of the apple breaking down.
Yeah.
The onion to sort of start to caramelize and just take on some
tired.
color. If you don't have
I'm
one
tired,
of these,
Claire.
oh no, you're good. Go for it. Chuck it in here.
All right.
You're
Is that
doing a
enough?
fantastic job.
No, Claire,
Especially when you have proper direction from me and instead of just letting you go.
All right.
So that's popped in there. That garlic.
Smells
Like I said, don't be scared of the garlic skin. It's going to break down, and you're not really going to eat a whole lot of what's going on here.
Okay.
You can make it into a sauce later. We can chat about that. But this is going to add the flavor to your pork belly. You're going to actually pop your pork belly on top of here, and it's going to protect it from burning on the bottom here.
Okay.
So we've got a
When
nice
do we
hot
do that?
pan. We're just after this. We're a nice hot pan. Deglaze it with some white wine. It's going to spatter. You want that? That's good.
It smells so delicious. It really, really does. And what do you have here? What did you say? Just white wine?
White wine.
Okay.
Just to deglaze the pan. You can deglaze as well with some stock if you don't want to use wine.
I was about to ask for, non-alcoholics, people don't want alcohol in their,
Exactly.
in their food, for little children.
Well, I mean, the theory goes the alcohol is going to cook away.
Okay.
But if you don't want to use it, just go straight in with the stock. Then stock goes in here. This is what's going to just keep your pork belly from drying out while it cooks.
What is in here?
That's just a veg stock.
Ooh,
You
all
can
right.
use any other stock that you have going, but I just find veg is nice.
This is so quick. I mean,
It
look
is.
at that.
And that kind of goes, kind of perch it as best as you can on top of your veg. Like I said, I'm going to use my clean fingers over here just to smush
Oh,
that
so you want it to
underneath.
actually stand on top of the onions and apples?
As best as possible, you don't want the
touch.
skin to be submerged in the
Okay,
liquid.
got you.
But you do want the meat to be submerged. So I'm just going to wriggle these guys out a little bit.
I see.
And there we go.
And how long do you leave that in the oven for? 2 hours?
Probably about 2 hours.
All right,
You
but
want it
because-
just to break down slowly and just release all of that amazing flavor and the meat cook nice and soft and beautiful.
Absolutely, but there's part 2 to this recipe,
Part 2.
right? But that's coming up a little
I'm
bit
gonna
later.
go wash my hands.
This looks delicious. Go and wash your hands. While you do that, I'm going to tell everybody at home, make sure that you get the recipe, the method, and all the ingredients on our website, www.afternoonexpress.co.za. Like we said, part 2 is coming up later on the show. Don't go anywhere. More after the break.
Express yourself.
South Africa, are you with us?
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on 3. Now, editor-at-large and style icon Jackie Burger has often been seen as SA's own devil in Prada. As a multi-award-winning long-time editor for 2 of South Africa's top fashion magazines, trendsetter and stylist extraordinaire, she needs little introduction. Welcome to the loft, Jackie Burger.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you here. Now, one thing that I didn't say in the intro is also ridiculously beautiful cover girl.
Thank you. That was quite a daunting experience in that as editor, that's the cover is always the topic of most discussion.
Yeah.
And then for the role reversal to happen was quite a difficult decision to make because it's so much more comfortable behind the camera than in front of the camera, but at the same time, what I enjoyed about it is the essence of the cover, celebrating women that are older and very much still alive and believe in style and beauty and well-being.
Well, it is an absolutely gorgeous cover.
Thank you,
And of course, you're in black in the cover, the little black dress. Are you loving black this season? I mean, and every time I do see you, I know that you know how to rock a black number.
Black is just one of those timeless pieces, and I think it's got nothing to do with seasonality or trends or anything. It's a classic, and at the moment I think I'm just very much into tuxedo dressing, and somehow it just resonates with me.
Yeah, it's an amazing look. Something that I've always loved and respected about you is how you do embrace your look, your style, and your age, but then you still funk it up. I mean, at the moment, with the shaved sides and the grey hair, it's amazing how you keep so relevant and trendy and yet so classic and sophisticated.
I think it's really something that I embrace, and it's also part of my style philosophy, is to really hone and develop your signature style, but never to be afraid, because I think the minute you stop exploring style avenues, that's when you become quite complacent. And being a woman and celebrating what's out there and what's available is part of your journey. So thank you, I appreciate that.
Now, do you think with being on this latest cover of Rus, and especially, I think a lot of women will see that and embrace their own femininity and also be comfortable to, have grey hair and still feel beautiful, feminine, and young and fresh?
I think, as I said earlier, the essence of the feature and what they really propagating to women out there is embrace your reality. And, at the end of the day, we've got wonderful celebrities that we look up to, but it's also about following your journey as a woman and all the various cycles that we go through, and that age is basically attitudinal. It's got really nothing to do with age. It all depends on how you embrace it and how you live your age.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, coming back to the way I look at life, and basically also my time in publishing and in fashion publishing specifically has always been that kind of philosophy, and really encouraging women to not succumb to feeling, to doubt themselves and to strive to be somebody else, but rather to be the best person or woman they can be.
And you are the perfect role model in terms of that situation, because you've had such an incredibly successful career in publishing, and then at the age of 56 decided to change direction, and then created Salon 58. Tell us a bit about that journey.
I think it's really part of who I am. I love reinvention and really looking at potential and opportunity. So when it was sort of where am I going next, I started looking at what's available, what's happening in terms of content, which is very much what publishing is all about, and also in terms of global business trends. And there's very much a value system of collaboration, of communication, conversation happening out there. And also the opposing trend to mass consumption is one of a slowing down and something more signature, something more curated. So I looked at all those aspects and I created Salon 58, which is really a gathering. I do pop-up salons, and in essence, it's almost like coming to a live magazine. So we've got all the content that you will find in a magazine. The difference is that it's experiential and you can engage in a conversation and be present as the whole salon happens.
That is amazing. You've already done 2, hey, am I right?
3, actually.
3
I just quickly had to remind myself I've done 3. Yes.
Okay, but give us a quick experiential tour. We walk through the entrance. You have the venue's in Stellenbosch.
Stellenbosch for now, so very important when you arrive. A vintage coupe with beautiful bubbles. We choose the MCC according to the theme of the salon. So, for instance, for noir, we had Blanc de Blanc because it's also about opposites, a very fine vintage. And just to feel welcome, we then create the salon upstairs, a conversational salon, and once again depicting the theme. So the previous one was bare. We had everything very simplistic, very understated. With noir, we went a little bit more sensual, darker, more sumptuous.
And are they speakers or are they things to buy? How is it put together?
The conversation salon is essentially a lounge, and then the audience take their seats, lots of beautiful snacks and champagne, because the idea is just to relax and to participate. And then I will line up content you know, and invite a few guests, basically, what you're doing. And then we go through, whether it's skincare, with Noir, it was a bit of his and hers. We had York talking about made-to-measure suits, the signature suit. We had grooming. And then we had a celebration of the little black dress, but we do it a salon-style show.
Well, we're going to be celebrating the little black dress a little bit later on the show because you're going to be showing us how to style and put together the perfect LBD. Thank you so much for coming to chat to us. We're going to be chatting a little bit later again in the show. Now, don't go away. Let's check and see what's happening in the kitchen with Bonang.
Thank you so much, Jeans. Earlier on, we did show you how to make that slow roasted pork belly. It's still in the oven, but right now we're back in the kitchen with Claire because we need something to accompany it, right? We are making celeriac mash.
Got it.
Sounds like a disease. What is it? What is it?
Strangely enough, it looks weird enough. It accompanies its name. It's like a very weird, knobbly vegetable, which I like to call the unsung hero of the vegetable world.
I've never heard of it, Claire.
It looks bizarre, but it's so
All right.
delicious. So what it actually is, it's a variety of celery cultivated for the root. It's literally a big old bulb with some wispy kind of greens on top, but you're going for that bulb.
All right, so what do? Then you peel it?
So you top and tail it, peel it, and you end up with this.
Lovely.
Why it's in this water with a little bit of acid, some sort of lemon juice, vinegar, it browns very fast. Similar to a potato.
Avocado.
Exactly. So we've got our pan on here. Just gonna crank up the heat a little bit.
Is it on?
It is on, indeed.
All right, there we go.
And I'm going to ask you to scoop these out.
Okay.
What we've also got in here...
So you don't need water in here?
No.
Are we literally frying it? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
So you just pop that in there.
Of course, I mean...
Some in the pan, some out the pan.
I mean, on the stove.
We are winning here today.
Look what, Claire, I mean, what is happening?
At least I'm not lying about this anymore. This really is celeriac. I like that carrot earlier.
Look at me. All right, you need to be careful with this.
Yeah.
All right, almost there.
Yeah, so the thing with... I'm going to pop that in. No wasting.
No wasting.
The thing with the water and the oil, it is going to spitter and spatter, so you do want to just get a little bit of distance in there. I'm going to get you stirring that.
As usual.
A little bit of time. Oh, what I forgot to mention, we've also got some green apple in there. So you know we were talking about the green apple? Green apple, let's just call it this. Green apple is good when it comes to, if you think of it like that, when it comes to cooking. It really is delicious. And the thing with green apple and celeriac and apple, they're best friends.
Oh, it already sounds
amazing together.
delicious.
So some yummy thyme, that goes in there. We've crushed up some garlic over there again. More garlic, just dump that in. Again, with the skins, I'm not scared of those. A little bit of black pepper. So with this mash, so it's celeriac and apple mash, but it's more of a smash. So I'm not going to take all the time and the effort to pure it and whatnot.
You need those chewy bits in there.
Yeah, and celeriac actually has quite a nutty, strong flavor. So you're going to have that like smashed up celeriac that kind of still holds its flavor, holds its shape, and just sort of makes it a little bit more different to your regular mash.
All right, there you go.
And in goes the stock. So whatever stock you'd like to go for, vegetable stock, sort of use the leftover what you've got from the pork belly.
Yeah.
And that goes in there, and you're just going to sort of slowly cook that for about 20 minutes, just until the celeriac is soft. And it takes on this really like golden caramelized color, and that's about it. And then you can also pop the lid on once it comes up to the boil again.
All right, so we're going to leave that for 20 minutes, and then we're going to come back, smush it up, and make something to accompany our delicious pork belly roast.
Exactly.
I can't wait. It sounds delicious. We always remind you, www.afternoonexpress.co.za. After the break, Thandie Dowery is in studio, fabulous jewellery designer. We're celebrating South African fashion today right here on Afternoon Express. Don't move.
Express yourself.
South Africa, are you with us?
Join us tonight on Top Billing as we hit the high notes with Carleen van Jaarsveld as she prepares to tango a new title. Meet Afternoon Express presenter and cover girl Bonnie Mbuli. Explore a Hout Bay haven with an original blueprint for industrial glamour. and feel the explosive power of sporting sensation Shiana Abrahams. That's Top Billing, tonight at 7:30. Repeat Sunday at 12:30. Find it on 3.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express right here on SABC3. As you know, we are very, very passionate about young local designers, and we cherish the opportunity to showcase our country's abundant talent. Now, joining me now from Cape Town is a young jewellery designer who is no exception and is making waves with her works of art. Made using authentic shweshwe fabrics, we're proud to have with us Thandie Dowery. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Hey, Bonang.
Lovely to have you.
Thank you.
The accent, like you were born in New York. Why did you decide to move to South Africa, and when did you move?
I moved here in 1998 with my mother. She's actually South African, so that's how I ended up coming back. Yeah, I think I was about 13 years old, and I threw a fit. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go to Africa. Yeah, but I mean, now that I'm here, I love it. I've been here for 17 years, going strong, and I'm not looking back.
Fantastic. But how did you get into, the jewellery trade? When did you fall in love with what you are doing today?
Well, it's a funny story. My mom taught me how to crochet when I was younger, and I grew up and I got over it, and I pretty much stopped being creative for most of my teenage years. And then I picked it up again, but then, crochet is quite an intricate craft to get into.
Yeah, and it takes quite a lot of time
Yeah,
as
and
well.
after all, my fingers started to get sore and stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. I want to be crafty, but I can't do this. So, and one day I just happened to be walking past a store, a fabric store, and there was so much beautiful shweshwe. And I was like, oh my God, I have a machine. Wait, what can I do with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went in, I bought a whole bunch. I had no clue what I was going to do with it, but then I whipped out a machine after like a couple of days, and I just experimented, and this is what we have here.
I mean, as a fashion designer, of all the things you could make, why specifically necklaces, jewellery, accessories? You could have made dresses, you could have made, head wraps, you could have made wedding gowns. Why specifically accessories?
Because I actually am not really good at sewing. This is the most simplest stitch ever. Like, I just put the machine on and I get started, it does its thing, and then
that's it. And you create
I don't have to cut patterns or anything. I don't know how to cut patterns. I don't know how to design patterns. So if I did do that, I'd probably have to go to school for it.
But you mentioned your mother. Obviously, this line is named after her, correct?
Yes, it is.
Her name is
Nomi.
Nomi.
It's short for Nomngcobo. Yeah.
And she's the inspiration behind everything that you
pretty much, yes.
create.
Yes.
I mean, in South Africa, in Africa, we do have a lot of shweshwe fabrics, a lot of shweshwe designs, jewellery pieces. How does your Nomi collection differ from anything else that we might see on the streets? What makes it unique?
What makes it unique?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like nobody's thought of using fabric to make jewelry in SA. Okay, well, at least they do. They use Ankara normally. But I thought we have such beautiful fabric in our country. Why are we gravitating towards West African fabrics as opposed to using our own, I mean, you only see like the dresses that aunties wear and stuff, you know what I mean?
That's very to weddings and
yeah,
traditional
exactly.
ceremonies.
So I was like, you know what, let's juice this up a little bit and, make it our own and make it fun and funky and
But what I want to know, Thandie, what came first? Did you make the diaries and the necklaces, or did it grow as you sort of started and, weaving and stitching and putting it all together?
What came first was actually the necklaces.
Okay.
I started off with these in 3 different sizes, and then I started experimenting with the frames, and then the candles.
And then when did the diary? This is absolutely incredible.
Girl, and it's so time-consuming.
Really? How long would it take you to make this?
One of those takes about maybe an hour, hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, because this part here, it's very I don't know, it's very painstaking. This is actually easier to make than that. Funnily enough, yeah.
And let's talk clients and people who have come in contact with your brand. Have you, dressed any famous faces? Are there any people you'd like to see your pieces on?
I would love to see Janelle Monáe in my stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
She's funky,
I
right?
love her. Yeah, and I think she'd rock them really well.
But what is it about her aesthetic that you love so much that coincides with, your design specifically?
I don't really know. I just think she's just funky, and she's my inspiration.
Fantastic.
When I think of any celebrity, she's like #1 on my list, and I like the things that she stands for, you know what I mean? She seems like she's very conscious and stuff like that. She seems like she would embrace things that are coming out of our continent.
That's very,
you
very
know,
true.
yeah, so...
I like her too. You like her new song, Yoga?
Actually, I don't. I think she's selling out. That sound that's
very
going on
commercial
there.
for you.
Yes.
Well, Thandie, you're going to stick around.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackie Berg is going to be back. We're going to play around with your pieces, see how much fun we can have. If you want more information on this fantastic South African brand, log on to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. As we continue to celebrate great South African talents, Bonnie is standing by with Alexis.
Thank you. Skip understands how much women love clothes, and their latest collaboration with designers from around the country is their most exciting project yet. 3 hot young designers, 3 unique cities. I'm joined by Alexis Chaffe Mey to chat more about what's happening. Welcome back, Alexis. Lovely to have you.
Always good to be here.
But let's start off by meeting the talent behind the fabulous fashion ranges. Let's take a look.
My name is MNISI and I'm from Johannesburg. I entered the fashion industry about a year ago when I entered a competition named Fast Track. Then I ended up being the winner and I was called Young Designer of the Year 2014. Whenever I design, unconsciously my background and where I'm from and my surroundings come through. And most of the time it's through just color and the cuts and the prints that I design. I'm influenced by pop culture, youth culture, and just culture in general, as well as my environment and people. What I love about my city is just the constant energy, the high energy, and just the constant activity. There's always something to do. People are moving, and there's a particular building in Sandton that I really love. I don't know what it's called, but it's black and white, and there's line and curves, and it's just a beautiful building. The nice thing about Johannesburg is that people want more for themselves, and they're always pushing themselves. And Joburg style is very diverse. People are bringing in different cultures. Every day is an event in Johannesburg. People dress up. Whether it's very arty or prim and proper, people are always put well together. My city has inspired my collection through the high energy as well as the constant activity, inspiring just movement within the collection and also just the general color palette of the city. There's a lot of grays and there's a lot of like just greens coming in here and there. And you know, when the sun sets, you know, comes a dusty pink, bringing in the nature and the city into one collection.
Hi, my name is MSIMANG from Durban. Today I'm going to show you what inspires my fabulous Skip fashion collection. We're going to Victoria Market. It's the people we meet on the street. It's the textures, the colors, the landscape. How amazing is this color? Wow. Fashion design has always been my passion since I was about 9 years old. After matric, I studied to become a chef. After that, I got a job. I used to go to the library every morning before work. On this one day, there was this bright yellow book just calling me. The book was about being stuck in the comfort zone and about having enough courage to follow your dreams. So after I read the book, I enrolled at the Durban University of Technology. The rest is history. I'm studying here. What excites me about being part of this project is representing my city, and it's also going to afford me an opportunity to look at Durban from other people's eyes.
Hi, I'm Genevieve. I'm from Cape Town. I've always been passionate about fashion. I've always loved sketching, and I found it as an expression to take my sketch into a tangible form. And I take inspiration from three-dimensional objects and the stranger, more unbeautiful things in life. And I would call my design style conceptual minimalism. My designs are often influenced by the fauna and flora, nature, history and research, as well as architecture and the stranger things in life. Cape Town style to me is very diverse. It's very cultured as well as creative in the manner that people do not always follow trend and they go into their own diversity. You can find many different subcultures in Cape Town, different places people hang out. There's always a different certain niche of people, which is quite interesting in Cape Town. My fabulous Cape Town collection for Skip is taking inspiration from the people and the diversity of Cape Town, as well as the natural surroundings, such as the company gardens. And the idea of not taking a trend or mass consumeration into consideration, you're coming and you're being at one with self in isolation. And the collection will take a play on transparency over various solids as well, so it can be taken on whichever way it's seen. It's given a different diversity to it. So whoever wears it, a different person wearing it, will give a different look into Cape Town. I was interested in taking part of this project by taking inspiration from the actual consumer or the person who enjoys your designs and influencing that through Instagram and the different inspirations of my city and all putting that into a collection, making it quite personal and a bit different to the usual process of a collection.
Wow, that is so exciting.
I think it's such an amazing and very unique concept.
Yeah, how did this project come about? What factors are influencing this collection?
So Skip have really actually tapped into our local fashion industry for an amazing collaboration. So first they teamed up with bloggers from Durban, Joburg and Cape Town, who each led their own Insta walk through their cities. So they took followers past unique landmarks and they lapped up all the fabulous street style of the region. And then of course all those photos went to Instagram to create this virtual mood board that our designers are now drawing their sources of inspiration from. So as we speak, the designers are actually imagining and sketching these designs to very specific women that live in those cities. And the designers will be coming onto the show, so the next time that you see them, you'll get a few sneak peeks of a couple items in the collection. And then of course they'll be showing the full range at the Fashion Exchange event, which is happening in Joburg on the 13th of August.
Now, you know the business better than most. Who exactly are these designers?
Truly, they are the best of the best. So these are the young, hot, rising stars of the industry. So I think it's great that we're learning their names now because they are definitely the ones to watch. And we can actually also watch the progress of these collections on Instagram. So all you have to do is type in My Fabulous, and each range is actually named after its city. So My Fabulous Durban, My Fabulous Cape Town, My Fabulous Joburg, and you can see exactly how these collections are developing as they go along.
I can't wait to meet the designers and see their collections.
I know, and so they're so specific, designed especially for the women of that city, so they can really share their passion and their love of their clothes.
Thank you, Alexis. There you have it, fabulous fashion from around South Africa. Who would want to miss that? Make sure you don't. And keep tuning in every Thursday onto Afternoon Express for more of our Skip Fabulous Fashion series. We'll see you after the break.
Express yourself.
I'm New Skip. And I love what you're wearing. Use Skip Liquid for beautiful clothes.
I am an ordinary man who has been blessed with extraordinary opportunities and experiences. My name? Well, you can call me
Danilo.
Good evening. I can talk the talk, but can I walk the walk?
Peter Piper, pickled peppers. Get out, I'm coming now.
I have met some incredible people and experienced some rather grueling challenges along the way. But at each step of the Presenter Search on 3 journey, I have realized that at 24, I've experienced more than most and I'm on top of the world. Remember this moment?
Danilo.
Well, now I get to spend every afternoon with you, South Africa, on Afternoon Express alongside Bonang, Jeannie and Bonnie. What's next? Well, I hope to get to inspire more people with my story as I focus on my ministry work, my radio shows, trying to dominate the digital and social media worlds, and of course this, my new Afternoon Express family.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on 3. Now, we've already chatted to Jackie Berg about style, but now we're going to find the best way to dress the little black dress. Welcome back. You know, something that I absolutely adore about you is how you have supported local designers in South Africa and really built them up from when they were young designers and followed through with their careers so much.
Thank you, but it's something that's very important to me, very precious. It's really when you're in a position to create a platform and to nurture talent, to contribute to our fashion economy. I've had that wonderful opportunity, and it's something that I will keep on doing for as long as I'm around.
That's fantastic. So, Jackie, tell us about the 3 looks that you have brought for us today. Which designer, you know, is it a mix of different designers? Who do you have for us today?
I chose 3 designers, and because it's the little black dress, which is really at the end of the day about the wearer, because it's something that's so powerful yet so understated. So starting off, Lara Klavakovsky, what I really like about her dress, which is very interesting when we get up close and personal with it is she actually used tracksuit piping to create panels. And what's really amazing about it, it's on an overlay of chiffon, and then by manipulating the piping, you get these beautiful panels that creates a beautiful, beautiful shape.
She looks like a black orchid.
But the most wonderful thing is you can wash and wear it. It's very practical.
Wow.
Pack it and wash and wear it.
That's the most important thing, especially when you're traveling. If you're going to be landing and you need a dress, you have to go to a dinner. This is perfect. Proudly South African.
Proudly South
Made in
African.
South Africa.
Absolutely. And what I love about it is it's you can dress it up and you can dress it down. And what I've also done is just to introduce Black Betty, local jewellery designer. And I just styled it with a flower ring to kind of mimic, like you said, the black rose effect.
Amazing. And also you kept the hair very simple. So do you think if you have a very dramatic dress, keep everything else quite simple and classic?
And also because that neckline is so magnificent, so you don't want too much interference.
Yes,
how's that
neckline? Is
magnificent.
magnificent.
Here we've got black coffee, Jacques van der Walt, and what we love about Jacques' work is once again the layering. And what I love about black dresses as well, I call it the conceal to reveal, is how you create drama with little bits of flesh coming through, where he used the patterning to actually create detail and to just enhance maybe the bone structure. And then once again from Black Betty, a very interesting jewellery piece. It's a diamond triangle that hugs the finger but then becomes a little bracelet. So, and then the same with the earrings. But once again, very, very light, very delicate, because the dress is just so awesome and striking.
I'm a big Black Coffee fan. He's just got great with textures and fabrics. It's
the DJ
lovely.
and the design.
The DJ is good, but I love the designer even more.
Oh, wow. Now, this is
you.
everything. This needs to be in my wardrobe, full stop. That needs to be in my wardrobe in black and in white. I need
organise one for
Jackie,
you.
who's this?
So this is designer Elaine Duplessis. She's recently launched her label Drotsky.
Wow.
What I absolutely love about this is the fact that it's a wool cashmere. So once again, an amazing, impeccable fabric. We spoke about conceal and reveal, that plunging neckline, but the tension between slightly conservative and very, very, very sensual, and then just that drape over the hip that adds that fabulous curve. And once again, the Black Betty piece is just a triangular piece, but almost tucked away, so you don't know if it's an accessory or part of the dress.
It looks like one of those, tattoos.
Yes,
the ones that we've seen all over the place. I've put them all over my body as well. But with this, you can move from, the office straight to a dinner party, whip on a red lip, and you're good to go.
And what's wonderful about that dress as well is if you layer it, if you feel it's too revealing, maybe, like you said, to go to the office, you can wear it with a white shirt or just a beautiful underlayer of a mesh black top underneath it.
You know, Jackie, I think for you, so many years, the little black dress became a staple because it was the safe option.
Yes.
Like if you had nothing else to wear in your cupboard,
on a black dress.
you would quickly. But that's changed. So, as a tip for our audience, what do you think women must look for in the perfect little black dress?
I think it's actually what's gone wrong. Is if we look at the DNA of the black dress, it's really always been the prized dress. If we think of Coco Chanel creating it, but it became kind of the uniform and it became very conservative. But the black dress is all about how you wear it. So it's kind of like your signature perfume. You choose your signature black dress, and you don't need one. You need a closet.
I mean,
full.
all three of those.
Exactly. I love it.
Enough dresses.
Absolutely. Well, Jackie, those three black dresses are magnificent. Really, really exquisite. Thank you so much for bringing them through. And, like Jackie said, you don't need one, you don't need two, you need 400. So why not? If you want more information about Jackie Bergen, of course, the three beautiful designers we had today, log on to our website, www.afternoonexpress.co.za. Hopefully we've inspired you today. It's all about supporting South African fashion. We're always, looking to the western, eastern side for South African fashion. I mean, for fashion, we have it right here at home.
Well, I think that's a reflection of what our designers are doing, which is absolutely universal and standard.
Really, really outstanding. Congratulations to all our South African designers for all the magnificent work. But moving on back to the kitchen, what makes Ceylon tea so superior with such a great taste? Well, Bonnie is standing by with a tea master to give you the answers.
When you're having a tough day, there's nothing quite as relaxing as a cup of hot, freshly brewed tea. But how much do we actually know about this cuppa that we so readily enjoy every day? Well, joining us today is tea master Dinesh Vijay Vardhana, who's going to shed some light on some of our boiling tea questions. Welcome, Dinesh.
Thank you very much.
Dinesh, I've heard this word Ceylon being tossed around a lot. What is Ceylon tea?
Ceylon tea is the common name for all Sri Lankan teas.
Right.
The name Ceylon was changed to Sri Lanka in 1972, but because of the quality, renowned quality that Ceylon tea was used to, they decided to keep Ceylon tea as the brand name for all Sri Lankan teas.
Yeah, that's quite simple, really.
It is.
So how does Ceylon tea differ from other black teas?
Well, Sri Lanka is blessed with what nature gives, as in good soil conditions, good weather conditions, the terrain. It all comes together to give a really unique quality of tea. This also coupled with the manufacturing processes that are followed, and also the expertise that has been handed down over the ages. All of these coupled give you Ceylon its unique tasting quality teas. And we are one of the few brands that actually use Ceylon tea in our blends.
So not all brand of teas contain Ceylon?
No, certainly not. Only a few.
Okay, so I see you've brought along some different teas. How do they differ? Please take us through it.
Okay, so what we've brought here is a Ceylon tea, and a Kenyan tea, and a Malawi tea. So you could see from the color difference, the color, it's so much more colory than your Ceylon, which is your smooth tasting golden yellow cup of tea that you have with where the flavor comes from.
And they all smell different?
They all smell different. So if you smell the Ceylon tea, which is that it has a more floral smell
it's more
to a bit more robust smell that you get from the African teas.
Right.
And you put some milk into it.
Oh, lovely colors coming through there.
Each one brings its own characteristic to the table. That's your Malawi tea.
Okay.
And that's your Ceylon tea, which is yellow and golden in color.
Yeah.
And that's the more orange. More robust tea from...
now, Five Roses is South Africa's best-selling tea. What makes this brand special?
A few reasons that would make it special. One is that we are extremely pedantic about the teas that we use in our blend. We choose it very carefully. The next, and I believe the most important, is it has a major portion of a good quality Ceylon tea in the blend that gives it that smoothness and the mellowness and the color that consumers have come to like and love through the ages. Five Roses was registered in 1909, so it's been around for over 100 years.
Wow.
And in that time, there has been 60 masters. So the recipe has been a very well-guarded secret, and I think that's what sort of gives it that consistency and the quality that we've all come to know.
Oh, awesome. So I'm going to taste some. This is perfect. It's clear from the taste that a lot of love and care goes into making the perfect cup of tea. And thank you to our tea master for all the interesting insights. I've never met a real tea master before.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Any occasion, anytime. Nobody makes better tea than you and Five Roses.
Well, welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3. In case you just tuned in, you've completely missed the entire show. And now we're about to wrap things up and, of course, serve dinner. But before we do that, today we were making a slow roasted pork belly. And what are the finishing touches? How do we even serve this, Claire?
So, like I said, we just smashed up the celeriac. So that's kind of a chunky, rustic mash. And then with this, we just chopped it up. So you're going to really battle to, like, crunch through that cracking. But that's a good thing. If you're battling, you're winning. So just chopped it up, serve it with whatever's the apple and the red onion that's going on in the pan, and that's really it.
That really is
on a platter with the sauce, and off you go.
It looks fantastic. So we're going to take this through to our guests over there, Thandie and Jackie Burger, who are standing by. Dinner is served, ladies. Ginny Gins.
Yes, my darling.
Yay! Here's dinner. I hope everybody's hungry. Claire, you may take a
Bonang.
seat. Yes.
And Bon Bizzle's already gone to get the surprise after party started.
Yeah. She's getting the after party ready. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I love this.
And one more thing.
Don't burn. Thank you, Thandie. This is fantastic. This is so cool. Thank you very much. Holla, holla, holla. So I'm heading off to, the awards later on today. Off to Los Angeles. I'm going to wear this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. 28 never felt so good. Thank you, everybody.
24, Bonang. We don't age on SABC.
So good, Bonang.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much all for joining us at home, and I hope you enjoyed Celebrate Bonang's birthday with us. Remember to send her a tweet and a Facebook and an Instagram love. She loves that kind of thing.
I really do. Thank you so much, Ginny. Thank you so much to everybody watching. Of course, to my awesome family at Afternoon Express on SABC3. Today we're celebrating South African fashion. Couldn't have done it without the true style icon and editor-at-large, Jackie Burger. Thank you so much for coming through. And of course, the stunning Thandie. I am gonna be so Thank you very much. And to you at home for watching. If you need any of the information today, afternoonexpress.co.za. Claire, we're ready to tuck in? Yes. Let's do this.
Good honors. The birthday honors.
Yay! I want to do it. Good night. Thank you so much.
Happy eating. Ciao.
Tomorrow on Afternoon Express. One of South Africa's best love couples, Loyiso Bala and his wife Jennifer, join us on the couch. Actor Lo Fenter chats about his latest film, and we share a few tips and tricks for your child's next birthday party.
Another feel-good production.
Join us next time for more fabulous fun inspired by First for Women on Afternoon Express. For an insurance quote, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.